Hello everyone, welcome to another lab session. Today we will keep going on our if statements. Actually we have very small subject left on the if statements, which is nested if statements. Okay, so first again we will see how it works, these nested if statements. Then we have one task and we will do together with Jundula and Asya. Hi Jundula, hi Asya.
Hello, Uzi.
Hello, everyone.
All right, let me first again summary these nested if statements. What is it? How it works? As you guys see in the drawing, okay, I put here one small code. So basically, nested if statements, nested. Basically, what you're gonna understand with the nested, if you hear this one anytime, basically one statement inside another statement. We will have this one on the different subject as well. In the following subject, for example, loops. We will learn loops in the future. We will have nested loops. And here nested if. What it means, basically one if statement inside the another if statement. Nested. And how it works. As you guys see right now in the screen, I have a one condition here, which is if salary is equal to 50,000. Okay. How if statement was working? If the condition is true, do something. Right? And if the condition is not true, do the else portion. Here, okay, we know if the salary is not equal to 50,000, it is gonna go to else statement and it will say minimum salary should be 50,000. This is good. Okay, let's question ourselves. What will happen if the salary is 50,000? If you look at here, if salary is 50,000, oh, I have another condition. Basically, to able to do some statement, only if the salary is equal to 50,000 is not enough. What is the another condition? Basically, it says right now, if the salary is 50,000, then we need to check something else. What is it? Basically, we need to check if the years on the job is greater than 2. Basically, your salary should be 50,000 and the work years in your company should be more than 2 years. If these two conditions are true, then you can apply for the loan. Let's say your salary is 50,000. But your years on the job, basically you are not working more than 2 years in the company. Are you eligible for the loan? No. If the salary 50,000 is gonna be yes, true, is gonna go inside the curly braces, but you're not gonna able to pass the second if statement. Basically, second if statement is gonna go to else, and it's gonna say minimum years on the job should be 2. As you guys see, I have one if statement, and inside that if statement, I have another if statement. This statement is called nested statements. And in this case, nested if. And again, first we will check if the salary is 50,000. If the salary is 50,000, correct, condition is true, is going to go inside. And it's going to check the other if statement. If other statement condition is not true, it is going to go to else. If the condition is true, second if statement, is going to just execute the statement, which is you can apply for the loan. If the first condition, if salary 50,000, it is not true, directly is going to jump to else statement. Basically, this else statement, whatever I'm showing on the screen, this else statement belongs to first if statement. And the other else statement inside the if, nested else basically portion, belongs to second if statement. I hope this one is clear. All right. Asya, I think we have one task. Actually, we did this task earlier. I remember. Find the greatest number. But I think right now we want to do with the nested if statements.
Yes.
All right. Let's do it.
All right. So the task is the same. We're gonna have two numbers, assign like data to that, and we're gonna compare which one is greater. So, but this time we're gonna solve the task with the nested if. So, let me create two numbers variable first. Int num1 equal to 10. Int num2 equal to 4. So I have two numbers, compare the results. This time let me start with the condition that's like when the numbers are not equal. So if num1 not equal to num2, my statement will be they are not equal.
Or I see right now you solving this question a different way. I like it actually. First, basically, you checking if the numbers are equal or not equal. Okay, perfect.
Numbers are not equal. So very simple if else statement. I want to put else in here. So when the numbers are not
If the numbers basically, if not equal, it means else they are equal.
yes.
Okay.
The numbers are equal. Okay, so here, like, I started with this one. Now, if the numbers are not equal, it printed the numbers are not equal. But our major point is when they are not equal, we're gonna find out the greatest one. So now I want to add if inside in here. So if num1 is greater than num2,
I really actually like this approach, what you're doing. Basically, you first check if the number is not equal. Okay, perfect. But if the number is not equal, there's different conditions, right? Which one is greater? So right now you're writing the if statement for that one, which is nested right now. Basically, to able to run the first, to able to check the if number 1 is greater than num2, first you check if the numbers is not equal. Nested if statements.
yes, else if it's gonna be what if num2 is bigger than num1 in this condition, and this time we're gonna execute pretty much the same thing. Let me just copy. It's gonna be num2 is greater than num1.
Perfect.
So again, my solution, as you remind, like, first of all, I'm gonna check if the numbers are equal or not. If they are not equal, then we will compare which one is greater. If my first condition num1 is greater, then I will get this statement num1 is greater. If this condition is not true, but my num2 is bigger than num1 is this condition is true, then Java will execute this one, and we know that num2 is greater than num1.
Perfect. All right.
So based on given number, my num1 is greater than num2. So when the Java check the first condition, if they are not equal, yes, this condition is true. They are not equal. So it's gonna say the numbers are not equal. And it will check the first condition, num1 is greater. Yes, this condition is true. So what we should get is the num1 is greater than num2. Let me run the code to see the result.
Okay, let's see the results.
Yes. So the numbers are not equal and num1 is greater than num2.
Perfect. All right, I think, Asya, thanks so much. I think I really love this, like approach as well. Again, you solved this question in earlier lab in a different way, and your approach changed right now by using in nested if statements. Again, this is programming languages. You can, you can have a different ways to solve the problem, and this is the right now is the kind of like one of the best example how we can solve in a different way. Jundula, I will make a small request from you. Okay. As you know, IntelliJ has very powerful kind of like tool for us, which is debugging. All right. If anytime we make a mistake, maybe the output result is not like expected, like how we want. So maybe we cannot see where the mistake is right away. So we can use this IntelliJ's beautiful tool, which is the debugging, right? And we can debug the code and we can see where the error we made a mistake. So can you please debug this code for me? And Asya already explained, right? Like what's going to happen if num1 is not equal to num2. Everything Asya explained perfectly. But I want you to run in debug mode and see how Java is actually thinking this code and moving on the code.
Okay, so let me do it like this, Ozzy. So let me put one breakpoint in line 13, which is the line that has the first if statement, so that we can stop the program execution at that point. We can pause it, right? So let me get into debug. Okay, now I'm able to see here my num1 is 10 and num2 is 4 right now. and I'm at the line which is the first if statement. Is that right? So as you see, actually in the debug, when I went into the debug, IntelliJ is already showing me what it is going to run and what it is not going to run. See, I see the parts that's not gonna run as in grayed out. So basically IntelliJ says that the num1 is greater than num2. Already IntelliJ knows it. So it says that the else part is not gonna run, and also else if part is also grayed out, so it's also not going to run. But let's see. So let's go to the next line. So I will say step over. Here you see it goes into the first if statement, so which means the condition was true. So it is trying to run this system out println. So when I click on step over, which is the next line, if I go there, I should be able to see the numbers are not equal on my console. Yes, it printed here. The numbers are not equal. And again, it is waiting on the next if statement that I have, which is inside the first if statement, right? So it is still waiting there. And if I click on step over one more time, again, it went inside of the second if statement, which means the second if statement condition was also correct. Num1 was greater than num2. So here it is waiting to execute this line 16. So if I click on step over one more time, yes, I should see num1 is greater than num2, which is the one that I'm seeing on the console right now.
Yeah.
And as you see, it directly went at the end of my first if statement here. Actually, not only the first if statement, it also come to the end to the main method, right? So
Yeah,
I think
basically
the
it is
execution
out
is
from
stopped.
it is out from the if statement, because if statement is done, because the job is finished, right? Because it executes this statement and then is done.
Yes, that is correct.
How about
So-
Junula, let's make line 11 num2 40 and debug again.
So this one, what we are gonna do? Num2 40?
40 or
40,
14.
okay.
Yeah.
So let me stop the debug and make this one 40 and run again in debug mode. Now again it started and it stopped in the first if statement. And right now I'm able to see that num1 is 10 and num2 is 40. And again, IntelliJ is showing me the parts which is not going to run. So if, not the if, else is not gonna run because it is grayed out. And we know that the numbers are not equal. That's why this part is not gonna run. IntelliJ is giving us a hint. And here, in line 16 is also grayed out, which means the second if statement is also not going to be true, but let's see. So I'm gonna click on step over. Yes, the first if statement was correct. It went into it. And now if I click on step over one more time, it printed the numbers are not equal. And here it is waiting to check this if statement, right? So if I click on step over here, it should jump to the else if, because this is gonna be false. Yes, it jumped to the else if. Right now it is again waiting to check if this second condition that I have is true or not. So let me click on step over one more time. Yeah, the next line, right now we are inside of the else if. So which means the condition in the else if was correct, it was true. And let me click on step over one more time. It printed num2 is greater than num1.
Perfect. Let's quickly show the last scenario as well, which is if the numbers equal scenario. Basically, let's make it num1 is 40 as well. And let's run on debug mode as well. And then we can see the output.
Okay, so let me make both numbers equal. So they are equal now. Let me go into debug again. So here, I'm able to see num1 is 40 and num2 is 40. Okay, and IntelliJ is again showing me that the code inside of the if statement, the first if statement, is not going to run at all because they are grayed out, because the first condition is gonna be false. So it should directly jump to the else that I have here. So let's see. So I'm gonna click on step over. Yes, it directly went inside the else. And if I click on step over one more time, it should print numbers are equal. Yes, which it did print numbers are equal.
And then finish the if statement.
Yes, that's correct.
Perfect. All right. Thanks so much. I think this was a nice nested if statement practice. Plus to see on the debug how if statement works with the debug mode. I think it was very helpful. Again, whatever you guys doing any practice after that related with the if statement, it can be any other subject as well. I highly recommend you guys. Okay, run one time with the debug also, and to see how actually IntelliJ is working with this Java code, so you can have better understanding how the things moving in the script basically. All right. Thanks so much, Asya and Julula. I think it was a very nice lab, and I will see you guys on the other lab. Bye, everyone.
Bye everyone.
Bye.